The Pastor's Sidechick. Episode 1. The scorching afternoon sun hung lazily over Benin City, making the dusty roads shimmer. Inside the massive white building of Grace Fountain Ministries, Pastor Michael King was wrapping up the midweek service with his signature warm smile. The women in the congregation adored him. His smooth baritone voice, well-trimmed beard, and sharp dressing gave him the aura of a man blessed beyond measure. But behind the pulpit's holiness, a secret was growing, one that would unravel everything. Enter Sarah Williams. Sarah was 26, strikingly beautiful with caramel skin, long natural hair, and a way of walking that made heads turn. Life had not been kind to her. She lost her mother at 15 and had to drop out of university because her father couldn't pay her fees. She moved to Benin to stay with her aunt, hoping for a better life. Her aunt attended Grace Fountain Ministries, and that was where Sarah's path crossed Pastor Michael's. It began innocently. She joined the choir, her voice angelic enough to melt hearts. Pastor Michael noticed her during rehearsal one evening. His eyes lingered too long, and his compliments were warmer than they should have been. "Sarah, you have a gift," he told her once, his hand lingering on hers for a fraction longer than necessary. She blushed, but inside, something stirred. This was the man everyone respected, the one who seemed above all worldly temptation. A few weeks later, Sarah fell behind on her rent. Her aunt had traveled, and she had no one to turn to. She texted the pastor, just asking for prayers. He invited her to his office after service. "Sarah," he said, locking the door gently, "sometimes prayers need action." He handed her an envelope with 50,000 Nigerian nairas. His hand brushed hers again, but this time, there was no hesitation. One visit led to another. Soon, Pastor Michael was renting a small apartment for her on the outskirts of town. He came there after late-night counseling sessions, always dressed in casual clothes to avoid suspicion. He told her she was God's blessing to him, that she understood him better than his wife ever could. Sarah, despite knowing it was wrong, began to fall for him. He was kind, attentive, and generous. But guilt ate at her, especially when she saw his wife, Clara, smiling at her during church events. Before we continue, please like, comment, share and follow. Rumors started in the women's fellowship. Someone had seen Pastor Michael's car parked outside a certain apartment late at night. A deacon's wife noticed Sarah wearing a gold wristwatch identical to the one the pastor had received as a gift from a visiting preacher. The whispers grew louder until one Sunday morning, during altar call, Clara, the pastor's wife, stormed into the pulpit with tears streaming down her face. "This man," she pointed at Pastor Michael, her voice shaking, "has been sleeping with that girl." She turned towards Sarah, sitting in the second row. Gasps filled the church. Sarah felt her heart slam against her ribs. Every eye turned to her, some filled with pity, others with disgust. Pastor Michael tried to calm the crowd, claiming it was the devil trying to destroy the ministry, but the damage was done. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and follow before we continue. Within days, Sarah's landlord asked her to leave. The church elders met and suspended Pastor Michael indefinitely. His wife packed her bags and moved back to her parents' house. Sarah became the villain in everyone's story, the Jezebel who seduced a man of God. But behind closed doors, she was just a young woman who had been lonely, desperate, and flattered by attention she thought was love. She left Benin quietly, boarding a night bus to Lagos with nothing but a suitcase and her phone. The apartment was gone, the financial support gone, and the man she thought cared for her didn't even answer her calls anymore. In Lagos, she started working at a small bakery. Some nights, she lay awake, staring at the ceiling, wondering how a relationship that felt like salvation had become her undoing. She missed the way he made her laugh, but she couldn't forget the hatred in the church members' eyes. Sarah wasn't perfect, but she wasn't pure evil either. She was just one of many who had loved the wrong person in the wrong way. And in the echo of her loneliness, she promised herself never to fall for a man whose words on Sunday didn't match his actions on Monday. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share and follow me for more stories on the Pastor's Sidechick.